Yo, what's the deal, good people? Eric Taylor, Biggie Astrology, continuing my Chiron Through the Houses series. Today's presentation, is Chiron in Cinco's house. Cinco's house. Cinco's house. Cinco's house. Yeah, Chiron in the fifth house. How you doing? So, like always, please like, share, subscribe down below. Click that button for your boy. I love when you guys watch and comment, but I see sometimes that people do that and they're not subscribed. So I appreciate it, and handle that for your boy right now. So let's break down Chiron, the energy antenna, sensitivities, the wounded healer, and the fifth house, and we'll put it all together. This is in your natal birth chart, okay? So Chiron, the wounded healer, centaur, half man, half horse, the child of Kronos or Zeus, and then Apollo raised them, this and that. But basically, what you need to know, because I tell you the whole story in the first video, it's about the wounding. And there's two wounds for Chiron, the wounded healer. The first wound is really when you're in your mother's womb through about 18 months old. That's the initial wound of rejection. As a baby, being rejected by your mother for your needs, right? And we'll explain what that is in the fifth house. And then the second wound in the natal birth chart, we look at the fifth house. We look at the sign in the fifth house, but we also look at the degree point. So, obviously it could be that double first wounding if it's 0 or 1 degrees. But when you get to like 5, 7, 13, 21, it usually indicates the age of the second wounding. And it stands out. I check in with all my clients. I do my Chiron audio chart wound healing report, okay? And it's an audio with videos, but that's only $53. So you definitely want to book it to heal this inner child wounding, all right? And I have a lot of tools to help you with it. But if it's 13 degrees, the wound could be at 4 years old or 13 years old. 17 degrees could be 8 years old or 17 years old. You'll know. And the wounding is an emotional, physical, or spiritual wound. It can be very subconscious. So, after Chiron didn't want to be immortal, went in to become the constellation of Sagittarius. But the energy is, Chiron is in between Saturn and Uranus. So it definitely speaks to like slowing down time and being the spiritual awakener and this dynamic healer, right? Because when you help heal others, in turn, you are truly also healing yourself with the Chiron wound. Now, don't forget, we're going to get into the fifth house, but this wounding, you are extremely sensitive in this area of life. So you're layering the story, the fifth house. Well, what is it? It's your creativity, your heart chakra, your hobbies, children, your self-expression, okay? It's dating, romance, fun sex. This is past life karmas, ancient history, high school, college years. So this can be a wounding, right? That really literally is 14 years old, right? Through like 21, 22 years old. But if the degree point is different, it still can be through the lens of your creativity, your self-expression, dating, children, romance, all these things. Speculative gains, eBay, Etsy, gambling, fantasy sports, political discussion, getting in some big argument with someone, right? Now we're going to merge the two, Chiron fifth house, and you get into a fist fight because of a political argument. That could create a physical wound. You can feel rejected as a child or as a young adult for when you try to be silly and spontaneous and express yourself. People are laughing at you. Your parents or someone's dismissing you. Your friends reject you. Your high school crush, she's like, "Oh my God, you're stupid. Like, why did you do that dance? That was weird." Whatever it is. This is an area where you can really come from your heart and be someone that is innovative or compassionate and empathetic and has something great to offer, right? To bring to the stage, to bring through the lens of creativity, your self-expression. But this can literally play out to see where maybe you were abused, date rape, made to feel less than for your hobbies or how you even your fashion sense, your dress, high school and college. I've seen this wound play out in many ways, and I'm not doing celebrities in the series, but I know like Kim Kardashian and Megan Fox and John Lennon have it, Richard Pryor. So, this is where it doesn't always have to be in the creativity. It doesn't have to be in your children. It could be in the fact that there was an issue around dating or romance. Okay. This can be a very deep wound that could be layered across a vast landscape because the fifth house is so many different things, right? There could be a wound that maybe you lost a child, okay? So it could be very emotional and spiritual. Maybe you got pregnant at 18 or 19 and you lost the baby, or you got pregnant at 15 or 16 and your parents made you put the child up for adoption, right? So there's many different ways that this wounding can play out. And when you look at the birth chart in the fifth house, right, and comment down below, let me know the sign because the sign will flavor the story, right? Taurus or Libra, it could be about your aesthetics, your creativity, your self-expression. Maybe everybody's playing drums or guitar and you're like, I want to play xylophone or flute. I'm a flautist, right? Just giving you a silly example, right? I think about oh my God, Will Farrell in Anchorman, great movie. But there's situations where that Chiron wound, the sign can really tell you, right? Leo or Gemini, you're doing a school play, you're doing a performance. Virgo, you're, something with the way you are presenting yourself in high school, you know? Aquarius, maybe you're coming off too unique, too bizarre, too weird. People tease you, bully you. So there's a lot of different things that can come out of this, but what is most important, right, is that you identify the wound. I can help you heal it, but also you need to understand you are going to be extra sensitive in this area of life. So step back when someone says something because you're going back to an old pattern of wounding that maybe you don't have to be so defensive or extra sensitive about it anymore. And when you help others, you help your children play dress up and perform, or you help your son or daughter, with a school play or singing a song, you are healing your inner child as well. And you could be 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Maybe you need to write a poem and perform it. Maybe you should pick up an instrument because that can also help activate the healing from the early rejection for this Chiron wound. It's really powerful and it's very important. But let me tell you, in the process of healing your inner child, it really activates so much so that you have no problem in expressing yourself, in emoting, in showing your spontaneity or creativity, right? In talking about politics. So, sometimes our children are here to advance us and teach us. All right. So this Chiron wound could really play out in a multitude of ways, being a double entendre, which I love as an MC. So write your sign and your degree point down below and email me, biggieastrology@gmail.com, if you want to book a Chiron audio birth chart reading. We'll look at this Chiron, the fifth house, any major aspects. Maybe it's conjunct Pluto, it's conjunct Mars or Venus. Then if it's conjunct Venus, it could be, and you want it to be like a close orb, not even the 0 to 10 degrees. I would say for the conjunction with the Chiron, you want it to be even 0 to 5 or 6 degrees. And, you see what's opposing it in the 11th house, stuff like that. But this can even just be about play, right? Everybody wants to play spades and you're like, I only know how to play backgammon. Everybody wants to play poker and you're like, I'm going to play Uno. People tease you in high school and college for that, and then you get all upset. So these are a multitude of ways that this can play out in your life. Life. I don't care what wifey says. Every once in a while I can hold a note and sing. But thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this Chiron moon, the Scorpio new moon. Obviously it was this morning. This video will probably be, coming up. I'm recording it on Sunday, but it'll probably be, posted on Monday. But just take the time to analyze and assess and be introspective so that you can heal these wounds, so you can be vibrating at your optimum levels and really be the best version of yourself, all right? So yeah, this energy antenna, oh man, you can really, what did you say? Are you laughing at me? No, stop. You're gonna be extra sensitive here. Maybe they're just laughing at the commercial, the movie, you know what I mean? Whatever. And if they laughed at you, so what? So what if someone laughs at you, right? We've all been embarrassed in life. It's not the end of the world. You have to have tough skin and push through when you're dealing with the Chiron moon. And don't get me wrong, these can be really deep emotional wounds, especially if it's around like date rape or losing a child. I'm not making light of that. But when it's something about, dressing differently or how you performed or stage or whatever, you have to push through, but you can help others. And in turn, when you help others, you're helping yourself. So go out there, be creative, know that everything is going to be all right, and do the self-expression, right? With the Chiron moon here, come from your heart. That's the way to take care of it. And maybe you can help and be a music teacher, theater teacher, acting coach, acting teacher to children and help them find their creative voice and self-expression as well. Okay? So thank you for watching Chiron in the 5th house in the natal birth chart. And we'll get to Chiron in the 6th house this week. But Eric Taylor, Big Astrology, my Scorpio birth chart sale still rocking to November 22nd, 2023. So please email me. And to book any of my services, email me directly at bigeastrology@gmail.com. And yes, it's almost close. It's almost time. Hopefully before December, bigeastrology.com will be live and direct. All right? Enjoy. Chiron in the 5th house, Cinco's house. Cinco's house. Mira, express yourself, tú sabes, okay? Hablando mucho. Cinco. Chiron, the wounded healer. Peace.